Welcome back to AI Weekly News by Cyber Intel Systems. I'm glad you're with us. I'm your host, Leo Smith. Today's story is about Agentic AI, pawn fraud bot in FIMEs. Financial institutions process loan applications, bank statements, pay stubs, tax documents, and identification records at high volume. A human analyst has to verify authenticity, compare fields across documents, check employer and address information, and look for manipulation. That manual review can take about 30 minutes per application. According to the Edmir's case study, the timing problem gets worse when fraudsters can use generative tools to create synthetic documents, altered images, and deepfake styles supporting evidence. Inscribe has long focused on AI-powered document fraud detection for banks, lenders, and fintech companies. The current system described by Edmir's uses Agentic AI to reason across evidence the way an expert fraud analyst would. The technical shift is orchestration. The system breaks a fraud rate goal into steps, routes work to specialized models, calls external services when needed, and then writes an audit-ready fraud report. Adamus says Inscribe uses Cloud Haiku for high-volume parsing, field extraction, classification, and pre-screening. That model choice reportedly reduces routine task costs by about 40% compared with using Claude Summe for everything. The FreeHub also uses Meta Llama models for transaction enrichment. Cloud Sonnet handles cross-data fraud analysis, multi-step reasoning, web search for employer verification, and the final natural language report. The architecture does not rely only on foundation models. Inscribe also runs proprietary fraud detection models on Amazon SageMaker AI for pixel level, forensic analysis, template matching, visual anomaly detection. The surrounding the Morales stack matters because financial fraud detection is operational software. The case study describes S3 for document storage, SQs for job queues, EC, 2 workers for Accius processing, RDS for audit trails, MemoryDB for vector search, and CloudWatch for observability. The business claim is measurable. Adadber says Inscribe now detects tampered, fabricated, and AI-generated financial documents in under 90 seconds, which is a 20x improvement over traditional manual review. Customer examples in the case study show why this market is attractive. BAT Financial reported more than a 90% reduction in manual review time. Logix Federal Credit Union cited more than $3 million in potential fraud savings over 8 months, and CU cited $5.6 million in fraud losses prevented. Let's pause here for a short break. We'll be right back after this bumper. Welcome back. If you find this useful, follow and subscribe to AI Weekly News. Now let's continue the news. For AI vendors, the lesson is that finance buyers want more than a model endpoint. They want a governed system that gives speed, cost control, explainability, audit records, and clear escalation points for human review. This is also a warning to financial institutions that stay with static rules. Fraud tactics are changing faster than rule libraries, and agentic systems can adapt by combining document reasoning, forensic signals, web verification. The most important design choice is model matching. Using the strongest model on every subtask can be expensive and slow, while using a cheaper model everywhere can miss complex fraud patterns. And Scribe's architecture shows a practical middle path. Fast models handle routine extraction, stronger reasoning models handle cross-domain judgment, and specialized machine learning catches visual evidence. The governance burden remains high. Banks need to know why a document was flagged, what evidence supported the decision, how model versions changed, and when a human analyst should override or investigate further. That means observability is not optional. Latency, error rates, token use, cost per request, and model drift become part of the financial control environment, not just engineering metrics. The takeaway from this week's finance story is that Agentic AI is becoming valuable where it can compress a complex back-office web into a faster and better documented process. Fraud detection is a natural fit because the evidence is messy, the stakes are high, and the review path can be audited. The opportunity is large, but the winning systems will look less like public chatbots and more like secure case management engines. They will combine multiple models, proprietary detection, human escalation, and clear records that compliance teams can trust. For listeners watching AI adoption and finance, this is one of the stronger signals of the week. The next phase of financial AI will be judged by prevented losses, review time, explainability, and operational rigor. Thank you for listening to AI Weekly News by Cyber Intel Systems. Subscribe and join us next week for the latest AI stories,